I don't like fishing at all. I don't know what it is. I've never had great luck with fishing. I mean, camp, fine, but aside from that, yeah. Anyway, so a study was done on the weights of different types of fish in the pond. Fine. A random sample of fish were caught and marked in order to ensure that none were weighed more than once. Fine, whatever. The sample contained 150 largemouth bass. Now, 150 is a good enough number. If it only contained like 3 fish, that would be a problem. But 150, that's a fine representative sample, okay? Of which 30% more weighed more than 2 pounds. So 30% of the largemouth bass weighed more than 2 pounds. Fine. Which of the following conclusions? The majority of fish in the pond weigh less than 2 pounds. No, because we're only talking about largemouth bass. You could have tiny little fish, right? The average weight of all fish in the pond is approximately. No, again, we're just talking about largemouth bass. C, approximately 30% of all fish in the pond. No. Approximately 30% of all largemouth bass in the pond weigh more than 2 pounds. D is your answer, because again, we have to be talking about only largemouth bass. Boom, son. What is the sum of the solutions? God, this is not a big deal at all. All we have to figure out is what the solutions are for this piece, okay? So what's the sum of the solutions? So yeah, the solution for this one is going to be x equals 6, okay? The solution for this one is going to be x equals negative 0.7. Now, why? Because if I make x 0.7 here, the whole thing equals 0. If I make x positive 6 here, the whole thing equals 0. That's hence the sum of the solution. Excuse me, what the solutions are when you set them equal to 0. So some of the solutions are going to be 6 plus a negative 0.7, which is just 5.3. Boom, son. Roots. Oh my God, this is so basic. I cannot emphasize this enough. The equation has roots at -1, -3, and 5. All that means is that we hit the x-axis at -1, -3, and +5. Okay, so what that means is we just have x plus 1 times x plus 3 times x plus 5. Or excuse me, minus 5. That's it. Then we just multiply that all out if we want to get the whole thing, which of the following is a factor of this. So again, like I said, these have to be factors, right? So we have, boom, there we go. X plus 1 is one of them. Now we don't have x plus 3 and we don't have x minus 5. B is my answer. Get out, roots. Boom, son. Lord have mercy. I hate completing the square, but that's what we have to do on the circle question. Now look, this is it. This is our circle equation, which is going to be, of course, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. To get there, we need to complete the square. Let's divide everything by 2 to start. So we divide everything by 2. We have x squared minus 3x plus y squared plus y equals 22.5. We're going to cut this in half, 1.5 squared, and add it to both sides. So we're going to have x squared minus 3x plus 2.25 plus 2.25. We're going to cut this bad boy in half, which is 0.5 squared and add to both sides, plus 0.25. And we're going to have plus y squared plus y plus 0.25. That's going to be y minus x minus 1.5 squared plus y plus 0.5 squared equals 25. So what's the radius of the circle? 5, baby. Boom. 2 different points on the number line. God bless them. So here we go. Points on the number line are both 3 units from the coordinate point -4. So we have our number line. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4, -4 rather. 3 units away. That could be -1, or it could be 5, 6, 7, -7. Either way, these are our 2 points. The solution to the following equation gives the coordinates for both points. Now, if we have x being one of the solutions, right? X could be +7 or excuse me, -7 or -1. What do we have? So if we have -7 plus 4, does that equal 3? Yeah, sure. But if we have -1 plus 4, does that equal 3? -1 plus 4, does that equal 3? It does. Oh my gosh. They both work. A is your answer. Boom, son. Lord have mercy, some horrible graph here. But look, this is not a big deal. Hang with me, okay? Scatter plot below shows the amount of electric energy generated in millions of megawatt hours by nuclear sources over a 10-year period. Fine. This is over a 10-year period. Boom. Look at that. It's very exciting. Now look, we show the following equations, BAS models of data on the scatter plot. Well, let's start with the basics. Where is it going to hit? When time 0, it's kind of like this. So we're probably going to hit positive 750-ish, right? So when the time equals 0, when x equals 0, which of these equals right around positive 750? When x equals 0, this is negative 750. This one is also negative 750. So A and B are out. So we're left with these two. Now, the only difference between C and D is that this guy is positive and this guy is negative. What's our graph doing? It's going upside down. Okay, that means this value is going to be negative in front. D's our answer. If we had like 100 on the x, it would be a really negative value. That's what we're seeing. As we go farther out this way, it's going to become more and more and more negative. D's our answer. Boom, son. Satisfies the equation. Is anyone ever really satisfied these days? Maybe x is, so let's check it out. We have this equation, so let's just distribute our 2. 2 times 5, which is going to be 10, right? So we have 10x minus 40. All right, then we distribute that guy, right? Minus 15 minus 8x. Okay, so we're going to combine these two, so it's going to be negative 55. We're going to combine this guy and this guy, so it's going to be positive 2x equals 7. I'm going to add the 5, or rather add the 55. So I'm going to have 2x equals 62, x equals 31. 31! Boom, son! Graduated cylinders. It takes me back to chemistry. I had a teacher named Chitra Shotria. She was a very sweet woman. I didn't understand a lot of what she was saying. Anyways, here we go. The laboratory supply company produces cylinders, each with an internal radius of 2, boom, boom, 2 inches. 2. God bless it. No big deal. Okay, height between 7.75 and 8 inches. What's one possible volume? Now again, that's pi r squared times h. That's the front of each math section, so don't screw that up. Pi r squared times h of each of these. So all we have to do is plug in pi 2 squared times 7.75 and pi 2 squared times 8. Once we get these values, they will be, boom, these two. So 97.3 or 100.4, rounded to the nearest inch, cubic inch. Yeah, so we're going to have 97 all the way to 100. Perfect. It's no big deal. Boom, son. Lines intersecting. God bless it. It's like two people coming together, meeting each other, understanding each other. That's progress, my friend. So look, y equals 3x squared minus 14x, no big deal, and it intersects graphs y equals x at 0, 0, and AA. Fine, I don't care. Okay, what's the value of a? So look, this is my equation, y equals 3x squared minus 14x. Fine, what if I put in where we intersect, the AA, into this equation, and then just solve for a? No big deal. So I have a equals 3a squared minus 14a. I'm going to divide by a, because we've got a's on both sides. I'm going to divide by a. It's going to be 1 equals 3a minus 14. Guess what? I'm going to add the 14. 14, there we go. So I have 15 equals 3a. Guess what? A equals 5, son. God bless it. Boom, son. X-intercept. I don't know why people get so worked up about this. The Y-intercept is where a line hits the Y-axis and the X equals 0 at the Y-intercept. When it hits the X-axis, that's Y equals 0. Okay, because again, we're crossing into the X-axis and Y is positive here, negative down here. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going into such detail in this one, but look, the point is it's saying in the line is graph in the XY plane, the X coordinate of the X-intercept. Well, you guessed it, we just set the Y value to 0 if we want the X-intercept. So we have 4/5 X plus 1/3 times 0 equals 1. So that's 4/5 X equals 1. We multiply by the reciprocal. 5 over 4, 5 over 4, multiply, x equals 5 over 4 all day long. Boom, son! Andrew and Maria collected rocks, 6 rocks each, mass of the rocks. That's the average of the masses that Maria collected. So we're going to add all these up and divide by 6. Okay, is 0.1 kilograms greater than the mass of all the rocks Andrew collected. So let's find the average of Andrew first. Boom. Okay, so 2.8 is Andrew. All right, so we know Maria, I don't know what the individual value for X is, but I know Maria has to now equal 2.9 because it's 0.1 greater than Andrew. Okay, so let's add up all of Maria's with the X, and that equals, boom, here we go. So again, X, which is the rock we don't know, plus 14.8, which is all these other rocks, divided by 6, because that gives us the average, equals 2.9. Okay, so now I multiply everything by 6, so it's 2.9 times 6, which equals 17.4. I subtract the 14.8 from both sides, minus 14.8, and I get X equals 2.6. That's a rock. Boom, son! All right. Oh my God, investing. Jeremy, finally something valuable to teach people about math. Investing. God bless it. Jeremy deposited X dollars in his investment account on January 1st, 2001. 2001, he had X dollars. The amount of money in the account doubled each year until he had $408, 2005. So 2005, he had $480. What was the value of X? Now again, 2001 to 2002, right? 2001 to 02, it went X to 2X. Then 03 had 4X. Then 04, he had 8X. Then 05, he had 16X. So 16X equals 480, and I divide that by 16. So 480 divided by 16 equals, boom. Jeremy deposited $30 originally. It doubled each year until 2005. Good for you, Jeremy. Boom, son. We're forming a committee. We're going to study some stuff. God, barf. School district is forming a committee to discuss the plans of construction of new high school. Fine. Of those invited to join the committee, 15% are parents, so 15 parents, 45 teachers, 25 admin, and then 6 actual, the number is 6 actual students, okay? So this is 60, that's 85. 85% is accounted for, which means 15%. 15% of the total, so 0.15 times X, which is the total, equals 6. That's my actual students, right? How many more teachers were invited to join the committee than school administrators? So what I do really quickly is divide by 0.15. So 6 divided by 0.15 equals 40. X equals 40. So the total number of people invited are 40, okay? So the teachers, 40 times 0.45 is 18 teachers. And then 40 times 0.25 is just 10, obviously. 10 equals admin. So we have 8 more teachers than district administrators. Boom, son! Why? Why do they make factoring look so weird? Listen to me. Listen to me. All we got to do is work this out. Let's take out a 4 from everything. Minus 18 equals negative 2. Let's add the 18. Then we have x squared equals positive 16. X equals plus or minus 4. That's it. That's all we have to do. This whole nastiness up here can be reduced to nothing. Oblivion, baby. Boom, son. Lines with no solution. Oh, God, the C. What value of C guarantees these two lines have no solution? So all we have to do, remember, no solution in the y equals mx plus b means the two lines are parallel, and that means m is the same. So we just convert these to y equals mx plus b, set the c's equal, excuse me, the m's equal. So for this top one, we're going to subtract the 4 from both sides. So we have 3y equals negative 4x plus 10, and then we're going to divide by 3. So divided by 3, divided by 3. So the first slope is 4 over 3, negative. Okay, the second line, we do the same thing. So we subtract the c, or excuse me, the 2x. So we have cy equals negative 2x plus 5. Then we divide by c, Gone. All right, so my first slope is negative 4/3. My second slope is negative 2 over c. I cross multiply, negative 4c equals negative 6. I get c equals negative 6 over negative 4, which is 3 over 2 all day long. Boom, son! Stop with the distance formula. Nobody remembers the distance formula. Nobody cares about the distance formula. All you have to do is make a triangle. It's the same formula. Everybody remembers a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That's a piece of cake. Watch. Boom, boom, boom. These are our 2 points. Okay, so this is 3, negative 4. This is 7, negative 9. Figure not drawn to scale, son. But my point is this. What is the distance from negative 4 to negative 5? Or excuse me, negative 4 to negative 9. It's going to be 5, right? Positive distance. You can never have negative distance. What's the distance from 7 to 3? It's just going to be 4. So literally this distance, the hypotenuse, is going to be the square root of 16 plus 25. Right? That's it. So it's literally square root of 41 because we just do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Make a triangle and be done with it. Boom, son. Just plug in the negative 1, baby. F of x equals this. F of negative 1, that means this becomes the x. Okay, so I do negative 1 squared minus 6 times negative 1 plus 3 divided by negative 1 minus 1. So this becomes positive 1. This becomes positive 6. This becomes positive 3. That's 10 divided by negative minus this, negative 2. That equals negative 5. Oh my God, it's a... Boom, son! $32,400 for camera equipment? My iPhone shoots 4K. What's wrong with you? Anyway, a company that makes wildlife videos purchases a camera equipment for $32,400. Whatever, man. The equipment depreciates in value at a constant rate for 12 years, after which it's considered to have zero value. It's more like 2 years and it has no value. Anyway, how much is the camera equipment worth 4 years after it's purchased? So $32,400 divided by 12 years. So we're going to do money over years equals X over 8 years. Now, let me be really clear. They're saying 4 years after it's purchased, which means I have 8 more years until it is zero value. Okay, so again, it's only 4 years old, which means I have 8 more. So I cross multiply, I get 12x equals 32,400 times 8. Then I divide by 12, which equals, use your iPhone, fool. Boom, son. Lord have mercy, they snuck one in. They want you to complete the square. Completing the square. Oh my gosh. All we do is x squared plus 6x. We take half of this, which is 3, and we square it. So we add 9. Okay, so we have x plus 3 squared, and then we have to add 9 to the, or excuse me, subtract 9 from the outside. Because if we're going to add 9 in there, we have to do 4 minus 9 out here, which is going to be negative 5. Okay, now if I square this out, right, this is my answer, and let's just double check. If I do x plus 3 times x plus 3, it's going to be x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 5, right? My minus 5 goes right there. So this comes back to positive 4, right? So it equals what we equaled in the first place. So this is my answer, x plus 3 squared minus 5. Oh my God. Boom, son. Working man. He's saving his money, baby. So here we go. Ken is working the summer. He works $8 an hour for 10 hours. So he does 8 times 10, which is just obviously going to be $80. But let's work this out. Okay. Because the performance was so great, crew leader raised the salary $10 to $10 per hour for the rest of the week, plus 10 times X. Okay. Now, Ken saves 90% of his earnings each week. So this is all times 0.9, right? What's the least number of hours he must work to save $270? So again, all we have to do is work this out. So we have 80 plus 10x times 0.9, right, which is going to be 72 plus 9x equals 270. We subtract the 72, we subtract the 72, so we get 198 equals 9x, and divide 198 divided by 9, 22 hours. Get to work, Ken. Boom, son.